Okay, it's Tuesday, March 10th. We had an interesting day this morning. We had a couple tech glitches. George might talk about that a little bit, but um, I would say from my perspective, it was a good day for it to happen because the market was really kind of slow the first 15, 20 minutes. So worked out pretty good. How you doing, George?
Doing good, yeah. It was really slow. We had Yeah, I think we'll probably make this one pretty short today because it was similar to what was it? I think it was yesterday. It was really just one block move, one scenario, as we call them in the room. It was really just one scenario to the upside, and then that was it. So we'll go ahead and fire off here with the ES. We'll start here. So there was only two things to the downside that we were worried about, and they were both within range of kind of the start of the day. We had a hurdle that they needed to get through down here at 67.57. And then absolute worst case scenario was there was a has to hold below us down here at 67.40. So you definitely would have had to have front run this one a little bit in order to have gotten into the ES trade. And I'll show you here in a second where, again, we have like a timing thing. It's not about necessarily is the market doing it or not doing it, but is there another market like the NQ? And it's nice when we have the NQ and the ES because they do correlate with each other so well for the most part. I'd say, 97% of the time, 98% of the time, they really do maintain a pretty steady, pattern with each other. So if one's just not quite getting to those levels that you want to see, you can usually lean on the other one. So anyhow, it of course held the hurdle, didn't break it, and then it was really just upside from there. We had a decision point that they needed to get through back around 68.06, and then targets. And there was also, we highlighted this one because it's a much bigger decision point, and we have talked about these in the past. I'm just going to keep pointing them out because this is how I typically see decision points playing out: is that they get above, go below, get above, go below, and then they just have to take the time to decide. So obviously, in the later part of the afternoon, they made that decision. But otherwise, they did. They got targets 1 and 2 and just came up short. Not by a lot, but they came up short about 2 points, 2.5 points of that rubber band that we called out, 9:20 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning. So the market doesn't need you there. It's going to do what it's going to do. So that's it. ES, that was really short and sweet. And Q, same pattern. And here is where this is what we were looking at as far as like a correlation. It too had a hurdle to the downside, much further down around 834. However, a little different. They had it given an aggressive entry right here around 927. So the discussion of the room was pretty simple. Watch that 927 very closely. So you can either take it from the 927 or you can wait for the double bottom that occurred back at 8:35 this morning. And then last case scenario, of course, would have been the hurdle. So I didn't mark it as far as the double bottom. I just pointed it out and just made people aware that that would have been. We like to just kind of phrase them in the sense of like aggressive, nominal, and most conservative, because if it's higher up and we're still trying to go higher, naturally the distance between here and the target is shorter, therefore it's aggressive. So it did that, got through the decision point at the 79.5. And then here, if you watch our videos, folks, this is the trade that we're looking for day in and day out. So had you even not taken the aggressive, had you not taken the double bottom, this is what we're always looking for, is that the market has proven itself out in a lot of respects. It's made its way, all the way from an aggressive point up through a decision point. And then here's the first target. First target's up around 210. But where was that decision point? It's right here at 79. And this is the money right here. Perfect. Came back, retested 79 a little after noon, and boom. So even that move by itself, had you done nothing else, and again, you can watch our videos. They're linked in this one below. So you can go and go understand how we trade this. If you're that person who needs confirmation, I mean, there's no better confirmation than what this gave us. So even from here, 79 to there, that's 130 points. Not a bad day. And then of course, they broke decision after having reached first target at around 215, and so that was it. The scenario's dead. So no longer do we personally care about the price associated with targets 2 and target 3, and they'll run another scenario, and we'll do it all over again. So,
Yep, pretty simple today. That retest was pretty sweet, and came later in the day, which was nice. Sometimes, or most of the times, I should say, we finish up between like 11:30, and sometimes the trades play out. But that one came at noon. It was a pretty good bounce there. As always, we have a free trial, so if you're on the fence, come on over. It doesn't cost you anything. Hang out with us for a week. George does a one-on-one coaching session. And right now, we have an open mic room, which is really nice. People can, kind of ask questions in a free-form way. But we're starting to grow. A lot of the people that are starting to join the trial are sticking around after the trial. So one of these days, hopefully if things go well, we'll have a room where we can't have an open mic. But since we have it now, come take advantage of that. You can literally ping me or George. As long as we're not, heavy in the middle of a trade, you can come ping us. And those questions are good because everybody else learns from them as well. So come on over.
Yep. Yeah, I'd love to have you over here. Come on, see what it's like.
Okay. Well, we will see you tomorrow, George, bright and early. Chart casting more than likely.
All right.
Yeah. For those of you that do watch Chartcast, we lost some of the drawings in the computer glitch that George had. So he may or may not be able to bring back some of that. But if not, everything going forward from today forward will be accurate. So watch Chartcast in the morning.
Yep. And unfortunately, we're going to try to figure that out. I'm going to see if I can go back and recreate some of that stuff. So.
Okay. Well,
all right, guys.
Appreciate it.